Welcome to the August season update. We're out at the Sunny Tafe Smart Farm for a couple of reasons. One reason is that we've just begun a new project, and it's going to be happening on this particular site. Some of these vines we pulled out. And it's all to do with trellis and the suitability of various trellis systems for the various varieties that the industry is increasingly using. And the rationale behind that is simply, let's not forget that the swing arm trellis was developed for the very shade-sensitive sultana, and it works well for that. But we've been more or less using that for every other variety. It may not necessarily be suitable for it. The idea of the new experiment, the new trial then, is to establish those vines on various trellis systems. There's about 3 or 4 that are really critical, and then just see how they go. And at the same time be gathering all that economic information that's needed, how much labour is put into it, needs to go into it, and so forth, so people can make a reasonable prediction of what the likely returns might be on any future developments. So just trying to do that in more detail. Now, the other reason we're out here is because we've received a fair amount of water. We think, well, some of that water has pushed down into the root zone, the further reaches of the root zone, but up the surface where we've dug out a little bit of a hole here to demonstrate it. It's gone to be pretty dry pretty quickly. What we'd like to avoid is that soil being in this surface bit, so there's probably the top 300 millimetres, being too dry when that root flush happens in a couple of weeks, probably in the next 10 days or so. And that's the root flush that's going to precede the bud burst. Okay, and the reason that's why all that's important is we want all those roots to take off, in that 300 zone. It's going to be trying to push out all those buds, and we'd like all those buds to take off at the same time. The other thing I want to talk about was fruit fly, Queensland fruit fly. They're overwintering, of course. That being the case, cleaning up their food sources, so getting rid of fruit on the ground. So having this undervine area clean and swept, and all of this area in here mulched down low to remove any food source at all and any form of shelter for Queensland fruit fly will be a good thing. And all you're trying to do is really just knock down the numbers of fruit fly that could potentially take off in spring when the weather starts warming up. The other thing I want to bring to your attention is the 2025-26 spray diary. We're calling it an addendum because there's an addition to the paper diary that's just been released. So that's available for download either will be available as a download as a PDF, or you can drop into the DFA to pick it up, or contact your grower liaison officer from either processor, whoever you're delivering fruit to. The processor's preference is for everybody to be moving over to the grape web system. So that's the electronic way of doing it. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on your home computer, and that's a more efficient way of recording all that data. Now's a good time to start to get that training and then to move over to that system. And the processors will be providing that training. So you're encouraged to contact your grower liaison person from each processor and to get that all happening. Thanks for watching, and hopefully it's going to be a good bud burst, good season, and will be even bigger and better than the season was last year. And we'll be delivering a much bigger crop of good high quality fruit that's just suitable for export. Thank you.